All right, we're gonna test this out. You could anybody in here? And if this don't work with this orientation, we might have to switch over to Instagram. We'll see how this goes. Does it show me who's in here? Gosh, I ain't never done a YouTube live on my phone. Playables. Oh, there we go. On the bottom there. What's up, Psychonaut? Sweet Lou, Rob Fagan, Paul the Pineapple Shaver, Tim Morris, Rob Fagan, you beautiful Irish lad. What's going on, gents? I'm gonna give it another minute or two and see if anybody pops in here, but apparently there have been some requests to see a live turn. So if y'all want to see me shatter a blank live, now is your opportunity. And you get me in my smock, in my workshop smock. Hey, I'm gonna go close the garage door real quick. How long are we gonna stay closed because it's hot as hell? Let's see, we got 6 in here right now. What do you guys think? Is it better to do it over here or on Instagram, you think? I think Bobby was about to go live, so I don't want to butt into Bobby's live time. But I'm gonna go get a list of blanks ready, and let's see if more people join while I'm gone. Sweet Lou says here is fine. What's up, moving pictures? All right, let me see some blanks I've got to choose from. Gotta get the fan going. It's freaking hot in here. We got 40 people up in here. What's up, Jay Whisper? All right, I'm back. So, been getting some requests for some live turns. So, if y'all want to see me shatter some blanks live, we're gonna play around with the camera angles. It's the first, my only my second YouTube live ever, and my first live turn ever. So this could get very, very interesting really, really quickly. So it's gonna be a work in progress. Can everybody hear me okay? I guess let's start with that. You guys can hear me okay? Let me know. And then once we get confirmation on audio, we'll go to taster's choice to the audience for what I'm going to turn. Sweet Lou, can you go over to Instagram and just message Naz that I'm doing this on YouTube? He just asked for I'm doing it at, or so. Can somebody just go message Naz that I'm doing this live on my YouTube channel? Um, Vocal sound check is fine. Okay, perfect. All right, let me crank the fan up one more notch and see if y'all can still hear me okay. Perfect. Thanks, Rob. How about now? Audio still good? Because it's legit 80 degrees in my garage right now with 70% humidity. So I am going to start sweating. What's up, Avishmala? Avishmala? Hopefully I said that right. All right, boys. So we have got some blanks here to choose from. I'm sure that Naz is going to want to weigh in. So I'm trying to drag it out for just another second. If I continue to do these in the future, I'll figure out a better camera angle. This is what I got with my little tripod on short notice. So this is what we got to choose from. So a couple blanks. I have a couple prototype pours that I have been playing around with. Um, this one is called my. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay, that is my Sub-Zero pour. Let me let the light hit it just fine. That's like a beautiful blue with like a nice dark steely gray color, all interwoven throughout. What's up, Josue? We have also got my hematoma pour. These are prototype pours. These are V1s. Don't know what they're going to look like. This is the very first one that I have put out in these colorways. So we will be seeing what they look like together. What's up, Naz? So those are the first two options. I just kind of dug this one out. This has been poured for a while. This has got sort of like a darker steel gray, some heavy metal flake, almost like some tones of green, and then some black in it as well. That's three options. I'm gonna give you all a fourth one. We'll go with this one as the fourth one. So this is some new mica powders that I've been playing around with. This is the fourth one. There's like some beautiful, almost like a goldish orange mango, like a whitish kind of color, like a blue. So the lighting is trash to do a video right here in my workshop. So yeah, so those are your four options. So Rob likes the first one. Rob likes Sub-Zero. How many people would like to see Sub-Zero? How many people would like to see Hematoma? The Rando, we'll call this Rando for sake of the chat. And then we'll just go with newbie for this. Oop, and my table just moved. All of them. Skateboard wheels? Probably not. Probably something off in the distance there. Okay, so Naz wants three. So you want Rando, right? Deer horn color. Which one's that? This one? All right, so we've got two for newbie, one for Sub-Zero. Just wondering what those were. I'm new here. Okay, so these are, if you're not familiar, David Salyers, these are blanks for a shaving brush. So these are resin blanks for a shaving brush. So you're about to see me turn one live, and hopefully it won't just blow up in my face. So, all right, next vote wins. We'll go with that. Sub-Zero. Third one. Okay, third one it is. Bing bong. That's what we're rolling with. All right, so I'm gonna load it up, and then I will shift the camera around. And then I'm probably gonna get really, really freaking quiet so y'all can talk all the crap that you want, and I won't be able to get to the comments. So always put your safety goggles on. And away we go. Again, this is probably the best that I can do for y'all right now. Try to get this moving. And hopefully my phone does not fall out. The things I do for y'all. I swear. Love y'all. All right. Let's see how it looks. Okay. I'm going to crank the vacuum. We're going to get to turning. And I'm going to catch y'all at the halfway mark. And then that's why I don't check the comments. Just took my hand off the mic for 1 second, and we got vacuumed up. I told y'all it was going to get interesting. All right, reset. Quietest lathe I've ever heard. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Is Russian here? All right, like I said, forget about y'all. Vacuum is like screaming right now. I ain't trying to go deaf. Catch up on some of these comments right quick. What's up, Dino? Turbo Brush 3000. You know it, Sweet Lou. Third one. So relaxing. Absolutely. All right. Well, it still don't sound right.
All else fails, you just go with the Italian method. So, Rob, I did have a shape in mind, and then I kind of decided to change it up at the last second. And we're gonna see how this looks. This pour is gonna be freaking lovely, though. You guys want to see the pour already? Let me clean up this ferrule, and then we'll get into the pour. This part, I don't think a lot of other artisans do, and it's probably extra. I probably don't have to do it, but to me, it just kind of makes the knot just kind of go in extra clean. I basically just kind of finish just give a quick finish to the inside of the ferrule, and it might be something that I don't do in the future, and I look back on when I actually know what I'm doing, and decide that, you know what,
That was a little extra, and I didn't have to do that. But for right now, I just think that it adds like kind of a finished look to it. And it prevents like any sort of like issues that you might have with the knot like going in and out. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's kind of just giving a pseudo polish to the inside of the ferrule. Now, if you have gotten a brush from me that has caked on white stuff on the inside, I promise you, it's nothing nefarious. It's just that I didn't realize that I should add this step of then going back in and cleaning it out with some alcohol before moving on. All right, let me swap out my drill bits. And then I will show you guys the pour and get caught up on some comments. God, it is freaking hot as hell in the garage tonight. Hot in the shop, baby. All right, let's see. What we got? What we got? 14 in here, 3 likes. What's up, Siraj? I'm kind of feeling like Bobby right now. I wonder if is Bobby live or is he going to join? You guys think? Quietest lead I've ever heard. Okay, so I didn't miss too many comments then. What's up, Eric? This one is actually going to Mr. Eric Easy Money Balls, as long as I don't drop it. And spoiler alert, you've got a coin in. So we will be getting that one ready to ship out here soon. Natural at this. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, you guys want to see this pour? Know y'all some po-hos. All right. Might blind y'all a little bit. Try to get some better light for this. Love throwing ribbons. Ribbons. All right, let's show you all this pour. This is rando number 3. Pretty sure that's not going to do it justice at all. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But that's kind of where we're at. I can bring y'all along. How about now? What y'all think? Looking pretty good so far? And then we're probably just going to do one of my latest shapes towards the bottom there. All right. Ding dong. We will go ahead and live center this just in case Bobby is watching. Safety first. This is something I've gotten a little too comfortable not doing. This is not a giveaway brush, unfortunately. We'll see how I do. Maybe I'll give one away, but this is not one of them, unfortunately. What's up, Wes? What's up, Sean Burr? Looks excellent. Looks like outer space swirls. Oh, okay, gotcha. Listen, you can never be too careful with giveaways, and I am known to be giving a bunch of stuff away. So, uh, what's up, Brett Hilton? I was actually just wondering if you were coming in here. All right, let's go ahead and actually, Brett, I believe you're a fan of this shape, so we're gonna go ahead. I think we're gonna finish that way. It's only gonna be like the third one I've done of it, so I'm gonna have to remember how I did it. So, all right, vacuum's going back on. It's on. All right, that's it. You had one little chip out here on the Forstner on the coin that I had to recover from. Still got to. Almost there. All right, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and show it off. I don't even know if that's going to do it justice. Hey, I'm bringing it with me. There we go. That's a little bit better. Apparently, that shape has been a hit. And I do think that pour is pretty cool. That came out pretty sweet. So, go ahead and start the cross sand in. Ugh. Then I'll catch up on the comments. God, y'all hot? I'm hot. Let's see. Jeez, I gotta go ways back. All right, this is full on Bobby it. Okay, finally at the top. Someone shot silly string all over your lathe. Better than something else. Normally I would have actually a pretty sweet setup there, Sweet Lou. $1 at a repurposed store. Bluetooth Ounce. Maybe it was $2. Price tags on it. $2.99. $2.99 at a repurposed store. Wireless Bluetooth. Normally I'm jamming. The way those swirls come out of that brush. Thank you, sir. Be enjoying the piece of being far. I can't say the rest of that comment because I'll get crucified. Is that a Bobby Moffat in here? And Mr. Long Island Shaving Mike himself. Yeah, seriously, I didn't know that Bobby was on. I should have had that live center on this whole time. Getting ready to retire in a year sooner. Congratulations, sir. You've earned it. Steven, I don't know if I saw you in here earlier. If I did not, what's going on? What's up, No Name Bear? Man, Sweet Louie in Florida. Steel Garage, baby. Steel Garage. Ain't no AC. Bobby, if you are still in here, I actually didn't blow up the blanks, and we're gonna start sanding. Well, we're gonna cross sand this one, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. So, if any of y'all are interested in purchasing this brush, you can find it on QVC for the price of $60 plus shipping and handling, straight from your door. Act now in the next 20 minutes and get it not for only an extra $15. I should do Bobby proud. I should do Bobby proud. Since we're doing this with no vacuum, to save y'all from the screech. So, No Name Bear, I kind of can't do several pours at once because of where I live. I live in Florida, and my resin is very temperature sentimental. Um, so if I was doing multiple pours at once when I first started pouring, and now my working time is so dramatically reduced. I will almost assuredly, unless I do like a solid color pour, which is really easy to do, um, I will not be doing like this one. Looks like it was probably a 3, 4, maybe even a 5 color pour. So I have actually succumbed to just doing one at a time. Um, and I'll probably sacrifice a little bit of consistency between pours. But honestly, my goal is to make something that's the mantra of my company is going to be to make cool shit. So if that means I'm going to sacrifice consistency and everything's going to be a little bit different, then everything's going to have to be just a little bit different, because to me that's also what makes an artisan handle artisan. They do UV activated resin, but it really doesn't work well for like what we do with brush making. The UV activated resin is more for like really small, almost like, I hate to say tchotchke stuff, but more for like rings or like a bracelet, something that's got like like 10 grams of resin in it. I do have some over there that I was experimenting with making my coins, um, and it just does not doesn't do the trick. Oh, thank you so much, Moving Pictures. Appreciate you, my friend. I have probably spent a little too much time out here doing just what you're seeing now. If Bobby Moffat's still in the crowd, that's inspired by you, sir. That's my little socket depths and coin stick. It's a little upgraded from the little maple one that I had turned and then wood burned them in. All right, you guys want me to turn another one? Yeah, man. Sanding is used to spend. Luckily, I sped up my process. Now I'm at about 3 hours of finishing, maybe 2 hours. At one point, I was up to about 4.5 hours sanding. So I'm really happy to be able to crank stuff out more now. All right, let's get one more look at this guy before it goes into the ready for wet sanding pile. I don't know if that's helping. Yeah, she's gonna be real pretty when she shines up. Look at all them little striations, that little mixture of color. There's little pops of that metallic kind of bronze in there as well. Yeah, she's gonna be pretty. She's gonna shine up real nice for the ball. All right, let's see what other ones we got. Is that who Moving Pictures is? Is that Jeremy? Is that my guy Jeremy? I've been trying to figure that out. What's the issue with resin going off to? So, Paul, depending on the type of resin that you use, you get a very limited working. You have a working window before the resin starts to gel up and tighten up. So some resins it's 10 minutes, some resins it's 60 minutes, some resins it's a day. So you have to get it into the pressure pot within that working time. Otherwise, it'll gel and trap air bubbles inside of it. I don't think I have a real bubbly blank nearby. Oh yeah, I do. Otherwise, it will trap air bubbles inside of it, and then you come out with a blank that looks all white and nasty like that. Um, so the temperature, my resin is very temperature dependent. So I have about 12 minutes at 70 degrees to pour my resin, get all the colors mixed in, pour the actual blank, and get it into the pressure pot in time so that it gets the bubbles out. Now I'm in Florida. It's literally okay. It's 73 degrees in my garage right now, but it's 89% humidity. And I'm not exaggerating. Hold on one second. 89% humidity, 73 degrees. So when it's 95 degrees out here, that 12-minute working window then becomes 6 minutes. So you literally have to go from measuring, pouring, getting all the colors mixed in, everything like that, then pour it, and you have to get it in the pot as it's literally hardening up in the cups around you. Um, so pouring in the hot weather is extremely stressful. No, you can't heat the resin up because then it will change the exothermic reaction within the resin. So you can't do that. And I know that because I've tried. Because when it gets down to 30 here, it's too cold to pour, and then the resin doesn't cure. So I tried doing a hot water bath to heat up the resin to alleviate that, and that didn't work. So exothermic is the heat reaction that is generated from mixing the two parts of the resin. Miserable working in a tin can. On top of that, you can only work at night or early morning. That absolutely right. Yeah, usually I'm usually out here until around 2 a.m. And then I usually have yep, tried that, Paul. It's you have to be so precise with what you're heating the resin up to. It's just not even worth it. I just plan around the temperatures instead. But all right, you guys want to see another one? I got one in me, I think. Who's in here anyways? Got 19. All right. One more. Maybe two more. We'll go back to the drawing board. So we got one vote for newbie already. We have Sub Zero V1. That's a prototype pour. Prototype 4 of Sub Zero V1. Prototype of Hematoma. That is like a red, almost like a big bruise, like a reddish and some like almost like a blue blood purple type of deal. Or the newbie. We've got one vote for Sub Zero, one vote for the newbie. All right, two votes Sub Zero, one vote for the newbie, three votes Sub Zero. Next vote for Sub Zero wins. Yeah, hematoma is it might be a Sub Zero. Okay, we're going fuck, you guys just all right, we're gonna go Sub Zero and then we might pour another one. We might turn another one. Sub Zero, I think I'm gonna go with my signature shape. And if Bobby is still in here, I'm sorry if I am cutting into your live, my friend. First one's usually the worst because I got to get warmed up. We all here. That's right. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's for sure. There are plenty of better things that y'all could be doing on a Saturday night. Yeah, no name bear. I kind of go all over the place a little bit. It really just kind of depends like how I'm turning that day. Some days are better than others where I feel like I can't figure out a shape to save my life. And other days I can just blow through like four blanks and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually really cool. Um, oh, I can zoom in. Huzzah. How about that? How about that? Sub Zero could be Dallas Cowboy. We don't talk that way in Bills country. But yeah, no name bear. I usually try to do a couple different shapes. I like to change it up. My biggest thing is something that looks sleek and attractive, but more importantly, it's ergonomic and it keeps lather above the. My big thing is ergonomics. How does it feel in the hand? Is it comfortable enough to hold for, an hour and 15-minute long lather session? Can you hold it 18 different ways? Because some people might hold it differently. If you want to lather like that, however you want to lather, you can do it. But the other most important thing for me is to keep the lather above the knot. especially for you straight razor shavers that already got to worry about slipping a blade. All right, a couple more comments and then I'm going to crank it on. Yeah, exactly. Some days I've honestly just realized, you know what? I ain't got it today. Tonight we're going to sand. And then it's just a night long sanding session. Catch me outside. How about that? We might try a little bead on this one. We might get froggy. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how it goes when we get into it. Okay, Detroit line I can deal with a little bit better than the Cowboys. Keep a towel in front of me and always wipe off my hands so no slipping. Yep, I always do. That's the only use that I have for alum is keeping an alum block, especially when I'm straight razor shaving. I always keep my alum block nearby. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, huh? And the reason why I keep kind of pausing and checking um, is because this is the top of the mold. So the pressure, it's really easy to force all the air bubbles from the bottom up. And then if it's close to gel point, it's easy for that top like 20% of the blank to catch all those air bubbles and for them to kind of show up at the top of the blank. So I keep kind of trimming off a little bit at a time to see if there's any trapped air bubbles in there so that I can kind of mitigate those and cut those off. You say, don't make it too short. We'll see, Brett. I just got to navigate the air bubbles and then go from there. All right. All right. I think that's good now. Still probably going to be 2 3/4 inches, something like that. All right, let's go ahead and let's do the great reveal, huh? Let's see if How was the angle on that one too, by the way? I'm gonna catch up in comments in just a second, boys. And potentially girls. Oh yeah. That's gonna be a nice, beautiful. You guys see that okay? Beautiful blue with that little bit of steel gray. Love it. It's like a very unique kind of gray to it. Definitely giving me some Sub-Zero vibes. Show it off one more time. I was gonna do a bead up here and do like a little bead transition, and I actually made this a little bit too narrow because I wanted it to be like to really have some grabability. So I ended up just rounding it off up top. Yeah, I think Sub-Zero is here to stay. And this is actually its twin. This is, well, not its twin. This is going to be Ronin. So this is my Ronin V1 pour. And this is just spritz. Alcohol is the cheat. You can just kind of spritz some alcohol just to kind of show the kind of what it's going to look like. Obviously, it won't look nearly as good as when it's all polished up and finished. That's that. Let me actually, I do have Scorpion. Scorpion didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, um, but still kind of cool. I got you right here, Naz. Scorpion needs a little bit of refinement on the yellow. I need to get a better yellow color. Um, but Scorpion's pretty cool. There's actually a couple little clear voids in there that you probably can't pick up from the camera. But that is Scorpion. Again, really great functional shape. Something about this ferrule really keeps all the lather uh above the knot. Um, that's Scorpion. You see, this is another cool one that I did. Vaguely remember what I poured it with. Not totally. I believe I called this one my Voodoo Void Pour. This one's freaking gorgeous. All of these are kind of in line to be finished up. So these are all in a box, ready to. Yeah, I didn't like the way that yellow came out. But these are all in a box. These are all ready. So the way that I've been working is I will turn, then I cross sand, then I put that in a box that's been cross sanded. So I have a bunch of handles that are ready to be wet sanded. Then I will disassemble my whole lathe, and then I'll just go through a wet sanding session. Um, like this one is lined up to be wet sanded. This is another cool one. You see, we got a little bit of variety here. All right, let me catch up on these comments, and then we will flipper around. Where was I at? Man, I understand where Bobby's coming from when he's catching up on comments. Okay, Detroit line. Oh, thanks, Wes. I am so happy that you're enjoying it, my friend. I still need to watch your other video with it. DC4L. I'm a Jets fan. Yeah. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I dropped a couple razors and learned the hard way. Yep. Wes, if you happen to still be in here, hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Later, Wes. Yeti and 8K. Yeah, I don't know that y'all want this in 8K. See you, Wes. Yeah, Brett. I think it's It's gonna be short for what you like, but and actually, if you guys can see into the ferrule there, you can actually get a glimpse from the polish, but you probably can't see into it. It looks like it's probably going to be about 2.6 inches tall, something like that. um, Tried a round base. You mean like a very round bottom? I have a couple that have like pretty round bottoms. I mean, it's something I'm trying to perfect though. Timberwolves brush. Call that Hellboy. No, Sub Zero is not the same pour as Dark Yeti. I do not remember what is in Dark Yeti, but Dark Yeti was definitely a silver, gosh, a black and some kind of a blue. Dude, I don't know. I've poured so much. Um, Looks good, man. Appreciate it. Voodoo reminds me of Master Soap's magic art. Is that you talking about Magic Potion or Candy Moon? Yeah, Eric, you want to see yours? Or which one did you want to see? Oh yeah. One day, Brian, you can sneak in. We'll have you. Yeah, give me 1 second, Eric. Let me try to find some good light. Y'all, I can't believe it's 73 in here. Freaking 90% humidity is rough. It's rough. All right, where's Eric's at? Make sure I got my hands all clean. I don't know if that is going to do it justice, my friend. I'm gonna have to, if I'm gonna do this more regularly, I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of a lighting situation. Um, Let me try put it down so I don't drop it. And let me see if I can't zoom. So Eric wanted one that had kind of a round finish to it, like round bottom. So I am still kind of currently working on getting it more. I still suck. So like, is that better, Eric? And I think, yeah, your coin is glued in. I think I got a little freaking glue on the coin, so I gotta get that off and get it all shined up. Eric, you are actually going to be one of the few that gets a speckly Yeti coin. You can see how there's actually like a little bit of a speckle to that. And this is I'm actually honored to have, once Eric told me the purpose behind this brush, I'm actually honored to have made this for him. So, very touching story behind this one. Really, really happy for you. Making sure the finish is okay. Okay. Making sure it's the light and not not a line that I missed. So, yeah. So that is Eric Easy Monies. That will be on its way to you uh hopefully early next week. Very cool Houston Oilers theme brush. Um this is one that is actually going to Rabbit Shaves. This is purple glitter sparkle fart with a purple glitter sparkle fart voodoo coin. And then we uh we have some pretty cool ones here. If you guys have seen the latest Heritage Hill release, just a little, just a taste, just a taste. Shh, just a taste. This is another really cool one that is just kind of chilling in the shop. The finish isn't quite up to snuff on this one. There's some defects in the blank on this one. So I might just end up keeping this one for myself. Um, July. This one is going to a Mr. Rush Shaves. That's a beautiful jar style handle. That one is going to Mr. Jeremy. I just need to make him a wood one to go with it as well. This one is an Aurora Borealis. There's no video that I will ever be able to shoot that will do this brush justice with this pour. Whoever actually wants to buy this brush will get this in person and absolutely just be blown away by how this like changes and shifts in the light from the different hues. This one is kind of wild. That one is available. Just needs a coin. Very, very cool brush. Very unique shape on that one as well. This one is going to a very special, well-known member of the community who lives in Pensacola, Florida. Needs to be shined up a little bit. I've been handling it a little too much, trying to get the coin right in it. Featuring my Regal Yeti coin. This is a prototype shape that I'm kind of playing with. These short little kind of barrel style handles have seemed to have taken over. So this is actually my prototype that I'm going to be testing out for myself, just to see how good it is and how ergonomic it is. Because y'all know if it can stand the test of time in the laboratory, it's going to be pretty damn comfortable for everybody. So if you can get a 50-minute lather in with it, it's probably going to be pretty comfortable. You guys want to see some other ones that are coming down the pipe? You want me to get back into the brush? What y'all want? You tell me. I got a couple other ones. I got a box full that need to be cross sanded that I can show y'all with some other like unique shapes and such. Show some more brushes. Okay. No Name Bear says I like to show and tell. So this one is this is my first go at an abalone that ended out very poorly. Still ended up very cool, but my first go with some alcohol inks as well. And the yellow and the red just severely got away from me and turned like a hot neon pink. And it was already a small blank, so it's a very chubby. Actually, this would be a good head lather, Josue. Kind of like a stubby little chubster. So probably that color combination is probably not gonna be for everybody, but that one's cool. Oh, what else have I got over here? Oh, this is another of the barrel style, in a kind of a cool. Kind of a cool pour on that one. We got a bunch of glitter in it, some clear voids in it. Um, and again, that I haven't tested the one that I have over there that's prototype for me, but it actually just holding it, it feels way more comfortable than I would have ever thought it could. Um, Very cool. If anybody got any questions on any of these, y'all know how to get a hold of me. Just DM me. What's another cool one to show off? Oh, this one's actually, I really need to finish this one. This one's kind of a badass pour. We want to talk about some Yeti Borealis. That one's the same kind of deal. It's got that kind of shifting hue to it. Same deal, unique kind of shape to it. So I did mention I do a lot of very different shapes. Um, Really just kind of trying to change it up. That's another one. This is actually a Mopani handle, wood handle. This is Mopani, which is a cousin to the African blackwood. I got it carried away with the ferrule on this one, and there's a crack in the blank anyway, so this one won't be sold. But I still just finished turning it and practice some of my beehive skills on it. Oh, this one's nasty. I could show some of the collab if you want. This one, the colors just freaking. I don't even know what colors they are or what happened. And actually, the shape looked really funky on the lathe, but it actually is really cool. This one actually needs a bit of finishing work before I get into sanding. It wasn't a great turn, but the colors on this one just freaking explode. I do not stabilize any of my wood blanks. I'm trying like hell to avoid stabilization just because it's more equipment, it's more gear. I need to find a really reliable way to dry my wood. I'm not a huge fan of the toaster oven method. Um, so it's more I got to get a vacuum chamber. Then the resin is expensive too. It's something I would like to get into eventually, but right now I've thrown so much into wood. Like I have so much wood over there that needs to be turned, and then so many more resin blanks that are poured. Um, that it's just another. I'm trying to hold off if I can. All right, so the collab brushes. Beautiful jar style handle, and I got to say, some of these collab brushes are some of the best finishes that I've had on a brush. This is my patina pour. So this pour will be available after the collab. The only limited aspect to it is going to be the coin and the shapes. I don't know if I'll be able to recreate these shapes again. So that is kind of the only major. Let's see if that's better. That is kind of the only major aspect of that. This one is probably my favorite from it. And I think that's about all I can show y'all from that. This was actually Raiden that I just turned this one the other night. So this is Raiden to combat with the Scorpion, Sub Zero, and I really need to remember which purple I did because that pour is filthy. I really enjoy the way that that one came out. Yeah, same no name bear. It's something I'm not gonna be able to avoid because also the other part of it is if I get into stabilization, I'm gonna get into hybrids. And that's just gonna be a whole other rabbit hole. Yeah, Rob, I actually drilled this one to keep for myself. I think I'm gonna keep all the V1s, just so that I have frame of reference. My issue that I've had is that I've started kind of selling everything. So now I sell something and I get a bunch of messages that are, "Hey, I'd like one like this," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't remember what I poured to put into that." So I think I'm going to start keeping the V1 pours of stuff just so that I have it for reference. This one's actually drilled for a 30 millimeter, so I kept this one for my 30 millimeter bores. So Raiden came out really good, though. I'm really happy with that one, and Ronin as well. Um, oh, this one is actually very underrated. Very pleased with how this one came out. I'm gonna have to try to pour another one like this. This is almost like a chatoyant sea glassy Aurora E purple. Yeah, almost a heathered purple. Exactly. That's kind of what I was going for. Was like a masculine, darker, Raiden purple. This one's I'm not too keen on this shape. We'll see what y'all think. But the pour on this one's filthy. And that beautiful color shifter in there in the light. Some blues, Aurora swirls in there, a little bit of black. It's comfortable. I just don't know how I feel about how aesthetically pleasing it is. But I'm also my own worst critic. Um, and there's some that I've turned that I'm like, they ain't nobody that's gonna want that, and that they ended up being some shapes that some people really liked. Which I'm kind of floored by. So this one I do need to finish turning, and I wish that I remembered how I poured this one because this one is nasty, like a derivation of a Yeti pour. Look at that wide band of just shifting right there. So a lot of people keep asking me when my website is going to be up. This is why my website is not up yet. I'm trying to finish a lot of these so that I have a nice array of inventory to post when my website is actually built. It's like another mother of pearl purple on the other. They have to leave. Why, Eric? Stay. The water's warm. Uh, thing about craft is what you might not care for, others find beautiful. Absolutely, that's a great point, and something I really just kind of learned to go with the flow with. Uh, especially colors. Like I've really tried to go out of my way to get out of my wheelhouse and comfort zone with colors that I wouldn't like that other people might like. This one's a really badass pour that I really need to finish. It's got like a really strong opaque uh metallic finish to it. It's almost like a metallic tsunami crashing. Very, very cool on this one. I'm actually really pleased with this one. Got a couple little like lines in the bottom of it. They're not quite beehive, but very subtle little ferrule on it. Really unassuming, simple, comfortable, chunky. This one's good for a guy with some bigger hands. Uh, great bowl lathering handle. Let me see where am I at. Great bowl lathering handle, and you can face lather with it too. All right, you guys want to see any more? Or you want to finish this brush? Because if I finish this one, I might be able to turn one more. You guys let me know. Because I mean, I literally if I actually here, let me split the camera around so you guys can have some reference. Those are all handles that need to be finished. Busy. I'll be busy. I'll be busy. Yeah, this one's that one's Sweet Lou's. Sweet Lou. Actually, you're coming up. You've been fully cured. You're ready to turn, baby. This one I'm really excited for. I think that one's going to be really badass. Which green ones? You talking about this one? That one's actually a color shifting green one. Color shifting. Color shifting. What other green one? Oh, you mean this green one? Yeah, we got a couple of those, Brett. That one's a color shifter. That one's got some really deep red with some color shifting translucent. That one actually might be an attempted recreation at a Blood Moon Avalanche. I can't remember. I don't know. It's really hard to keep them all straight. Um, that's a cool one. That one's got some shift to it. Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I'm up until 2 a.m. Trying to spread lather to the masses, baby. Beaver said when he hit the wall. Brushes are cool. Show more, turn more, then show more. Turn that red and white next. Talking about that one, Sweet Lou? That one should be a void pour. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Um, but we could turn that one. Let me get this one going, and then we'll talk about doing another, huh? All right. Did you guys like the zoomed in angle from that last how's that working for y'all? You talking about this one, Dino? I can repour that for you. I can repour that for you. All right. You get this chuck swapped out. Problem is, I have very limited times when I can pour now. Conditions have to be right. It's just too freaking hot. Realistically, I should be pouring one out, and at least getting one in the pot and then getting it out so that then I can splash zone. Damn right. Damn right, baby. Oh, I should show this one. This is a patina one. That one's pretty damn cool. If I do say so myself, I like that shape too. That one would be good for you, Brett Hilton. figured out a very cool blued gunmetal color that I came up with. It's a custom color that I came up with. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get after this one, huh? Let's get back into it. Let's finish with a bang. Let's try not to crack the ferrule. Huh? All right, we'll see y'all in just a second. All right. Not totally thrilled with how the bottom feels. I mean, it's never as bad as it is once it's finished. But I'm always paying attention to like anything that like might feel pokey on like the bones of my hand, because like that's the stuff that really kind of builds up the more you're lathering or the more that you notice like, damn, this one's just kind of uncomfortable. It's not terrible, but like right here there's just a little pokey spot right there. I could probably round it off if I could, but I really like the way that recess came in. um I mean, it still feels really good. It's just kind of nitpicking. See, y'all thought it was just with soap bases. It's also with my own stuff. All right, let's get cross sanding, huh? Little cross sand hair of the dog. How about that? How about that? I think I need to hit it with some 320. 320. What have I been missing? Hopefully, your site will have the option to put all available items in the cart. I can make that a possibility. It'll save me on shipping. I tell you what, you take everything I have available, I'll give you free shipping. Dude, that's honestly, Sweet Lou, that's exactly what it's like. Because also, like, what I've had to really combat, it's so therapeutic to just have ribbons flying that it's so, especially like narrowing in the cove for like the finger cup. Uh, it's so easy to just, oh man, this is awesome, and the ribbons are just flying, and it's just such, it's the true smooth, the turn is going so smooth, and then all of a sudden, I killed my pretty new pet, and you have nothing. And that's how you end up with a brush that looks like this. Good old narrow. Good old pencil thin baby. That'd be great for that's like a chunker for a little person, but that's how you do that. Or that's how you end up with stubbies. I'm probably gonna need a new piece of 320. Which all degenerates doing at 11:30 at night, by the way. Everybody shaving right now? Oh damn, no name bear. Where are you at? You're on the West Coast? I didn't know that. Also, one of these days, no name bear. Don't tell Eric. I would like to diversify my edges a little bit and potentially beseech you to potentially hone one of my straights if you wouldn't mind. I've heard you do an incredible edge. I think Chad was it Chad just shaved with one of yours recently, or Wes. One of those guys just shaved with one of yours recently, and the edge was just freaking singing on it. Maybe it was Eric. I just got a vintage Freoder. Eric told me it dates back to the. It's pre when they were stamping Freoder on the blade. Um, okay, so it wasn't Wes. Um, it's pre when they were stamping Freoder on the blade, and the blade is stamped with the like Solingen insignia. Um, Eric said it's probably like sometime in the 50s or something like that. I think it's a six ace. It seems like it's a small, like a kind of a narrow six ace. And it's not a full round point. It kind of like rounds into a sharp point, if that makes sense. Uh it's in the house. Otherwise I would show it to you, but I was gonna send it to Eric to get honed. Uh I don't have many straights. We've got a bunch of mostly vintage upstate New York. Couple Union, mostly Genco. Um, I got a Camillus cutlery. I believe I have a Cattaraugus. Um, I got a Red Point, which is really cool because I live right near Utica where they were made, and when I'm at home at my dad's, I drive right by the plant, like the steel manufacturing plant that they used to make them at, the cutlery company, which is very very cool. Nice razors that can happen when there's a chip on the toe and they blend. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Tory are nice razors and good prices. Okay. I don't have many. I just don't honestly with if I get the time to sit there and spend straight razor shaving, I'm usually out here in the shop. But I do have the bug again to get back into it. So I don't have a huge itch to buy a ton of razors. Ones that are left on my list though, Eric got me hooked on his Sistrum that he's got. I freaking love the way that that shaved, and I should have bought one from Griffith when they had them NOS, and I just didn't. Like a freaking idiot. Um, and then the other one, I guess, is a Puma 89, and probably a Philly 14 at some point. So just all the basic B ones. All right, there we go. Let's get one good look at it. Fully done, fully torqued. I'm gonna have to refill my alcohol. That's Sub-Zero V1. What y'all think? You getting Sub-Zero vibes from it? Very cool little pour. These they're kind of two colors, but they're two color bangers. So I'm trying to come up with some pours that if I have to rely on some in the summer that are when it's harder to pour, I'll be able to still kind of reproduce them and come up with some really high quality brushes and results. So I think that's a pretty cool pour. Mortal Kombat vibes, awesome. Wow, Steven seems to like it. Sweet Lou likes it. Mortal Kombat vibes, yep. Um, there's that one. I could probably do one more if y'all want. Yeah. So what's the deal with Philly 14? Is that worth like is that worth it? Because God, that's so daggum expensive for first rate. I'd also love a double duck just to say I have one, but not married to it. Eric tells me that Puma 89 is up there. Uh and then double duck if you can get one with good steel. I mean they all are, but like I think he said the Wonder Edge. And he said the Wonder Edge is the best. Um I don't know. Eric's my go-to for anything straights. Yeah, we'll do newbie now. Everybody's waited for newbie. Steel and grind are what make. See, I'm still so nubile in my damn straight razor journey. I I just know that a hollow grind uh takes a little weight off the blade, and it's more audible feedback. Uh, I don't even know if that's accurate. This is the one y'all want for newbie, right? Just make sure that's it. Eric did for about 2 weeks. Eric sent me a Katakul stone, just a tiny little travel stone, like yay big, and a slurry stone to go with it, and a actually I still got it over here because now I'll be using it out here. He sent me a 2K diamond stone for bevel setting. Uh, and now I actually use it out here to sharpen all of my bits. Otherwise, I would have gotten into the damn honing rabbit hole. Luckily, about 2 weeks later, I bought a lathe. Otherwise, I would be up to my ass in stones. God, Rob, you're such a handsome vampire. 4:35 a.m. I'm here for the long haul. You're such a handsome vampire. Grinds can change how the blade feels and sounds. Okay, gotcha. I also know that I suck at straight razor shaving. I cannot. My very efficient straight razor shaves are few and far between. Part of it's probably because I shave daily, and the other reason is just that I suck. All right, let me fill up my alcohol. I think I'm all caught up on the comments. Yeah, so I think I'm around. Eric laughed at me for counting my shaves, but I think I'm at like 40-ish. I think I'm at 40-ish straight razor shaves. So not not a lot, but not none. Um, actually, if you have not seen it, I actually did a pretty cool video. I was pretty proud of. I actually straight razor shaved in a creek in upstate New York. Called it Yeti Fetters. All right, here we go. Yeah, build your confidence for sure. Damn, Tim Morris is on night shift. What do you do, Tim? What do you do for work? Oh, thanks, No Name Bear, dude. I also, I like dropped a contact on the floor the night before, so I didn't have my contacts. So then I had to use glasses, which I never shave with glasses. And I think like halfway through the first pass, I was like, "F this, I'm shaving by feel." That I was actually really proud of. That I did not cut myself in a creek with no eyes. Oh my. Oh my. If the end of this blank is any indication for what this is gonna look like, do y'all can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see how nasty that looks. Uh yeah, that's what we're hoping for. More of that. This one could get fun. This one could get fun. I don't want to F this one up. Try to zoom out just a touch. There we go. Oh, baby. This one is going to be a filthy little pour. So I'm shooting for a little bit of a different ferrule. I'm trying something a little different on this one. Let me catch up on these comments. Oh, Eric the Cajun Blade. Well, como ça va, Street Chivas? Let me catch up on some of these comments right quick. Let's see. Damn, Eric been in here in a minute. Pecan praline ice cream color. Eric has my contact info if you want to go hold of me. Absolutely, man. I will get a hold of you for sure. If Eric will ever let me get somebody else to hone my edges. It has gray hairs. Man, apparently my blanks bring all the boys to the yards, Eric. Sun is just setting for him. Yeah, it's 11:53 at night over here. I'm ready to go inside and have me a cookie. Anyone get the new Adopted Acre Shave Dad soap? Yeah, Eric and I both grabbed it from him at the meetup. Gonna need this pour in my life. This one might be available. 78 in shipping. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Did, Rob, did you reach out to Doug about it? Like, don't I can't stress this enough with everybody that's going international with like Doug and Eric. Just reach out to them because they'll work with you outside of Etsy because Etsy they can't really control what Etsy does with that stuff. Um, he might have said that after I said that. Came across his live feed. Where are you selling your handles? What's up, John? Thanks for joining, my friend. If you're still in here, get a hold of me either on Facebook or I believe my email address is posted on my YouTube, or just comment on one of my videos and I'll see it. Mostly, I don't have my site built right now, but I can send you like videos and stuff of what I have available. Cash Quiet Lathe. That's right, baby. Scorpion is neat. Thanks. I'm not pleased with I mean, it's still a cool handle. It's just not Scorpion. I can show that one again though too. Bleaching a few knots over here tonight. Very nice. I love treating my own knots. That's the only way you can really control the treatment level. Man, I can't wait for you to own some Yeti brushes either. Yeah, John, I'm not on Etsy. Email me Christian, like the religion, .smith90 at icloud.com. Might not be able to send you videos. If you're on, we'll figure out some way to get connected. But like I said, I think my email address, I think it's posted in my bio here on my channel on YouTube. I keep forgetting I'm on YouTube. Well, on YouTube for this live, I should say. All right, degenerates, we're gonna get back at it. I'm gonna try not to screw up this freaking ferrule. There's a couple little I screwed up taking off that air bubble pocket towards the front. So I got a couple little chip outs here that I got to fix. Other than that, this ferrule is looking round and round and ground and pound, round and round, the ground round. Actually, just so Eric can get the full effect of how quiet it is. Oh, that's the wrong tool. That's the wrong one. A little ring around the rosy here. Pocket full of posy. There. Okay. So, what y'all think? Should we do a collar on this, where it's a collar kind of like that, or should we just do like a flared queen shape up to the neck? Put it in the comments. Barrel with a slight flare. I'm not sure what you mean by that, this way. Y'all, this bar is going to be filthy. Can you see this? I think we're going to do a little collar. We're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to go tight. Okay. Maker's choice. Woo-hoo. Whee! Wait till y'all see this one. Oh, baby. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some of these micas. See, I got wiser. I got a little wiser. I wrote this one down. I put the sticker somewhere over here. There it is. I wrote this one down. I don't know if y'all can see this. Um, wow. I'm actually kind of blown away that I poured that. Dang, that's a good looking freaking handle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm I'm still new to this, so I'm still like kind of like, damn, and I'm my own worst enemy. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I can't believe I poured that. That one is filthy. Yeah, and then I think we're just gonna kind of like streamline round this off so it's kind of like a like somewhat skinnier but still fat. Um yeah. Can y'all see like the layers inside that ferrule too? Good lord. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try this one again. Uh such a brush whore. It's so hard to let these go. Dang. That's probably gonna get a Regal coin. And that's up there with pours I've had. And I got another this is another blank poured with the same tester micas uh at the same time that I did that one. And I've got another one. Uh I'm gonna grab that one. And I got another one right here that's same deal. You can see I wrote all the colors down. Uh and damn. That one's a winner. I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea what's called that one. And now I really hope I don't screw up the bottom, but so you keep showing, you gotta keep turning. All right. What are y'all clowns talking about? Shut up, Eric. You know my vernacular. Eric knows the words that I understand the best. Can y'all bug Eric to make those tonics again? I never got to try them, and now you all of a sudden discontinued them. Found my email. Perfect. Yeah, shoot me an email. Eh, if I send you pictures, John, it probably won't do it justice. Are you on Instagram, John? Instagram would probably be the easiest because I can send you videos of them, which really kind of show them off. I think there's a couple guys in here that have bought handles from me, and they can. I think that they can corroborate that videos and pictures do not do it justice. So just videos alone won't do it justice. All right, let's get back into it, huh? All right. All right, we can do email then, John, and then I'll just send you I can just send you pictures or videos. If it'll let me compress a video, I can send you videos as well. Mahogany wood and wild oud. Oh, there you go. So his merch is still active. There you go now. All right, here we go. I'll put you back. Come on. All right. Well, the bottom didn't come out exactly how I wanted, but it's still a great handle. The pour is freaking filthy on it. Oop. Hopefully that does it justice. Yeah, Brett, it's kind of tough when you got to make room for the coin and everything. Sometimes you can't control it. But it's still a pretty good size handle. I mean, again, it's going to fit 65% of guys' hands really well. It's super ergonomic. Probably 2.5 inches tall. Boom. The hard part is too is that I can't do like super tall pours because I have to pour so hot. So I got to worry about air bubbles taking up a quarter of the blank. So I'm kind of limited within conditions as well. All right. Catch up on comments here. Nobody has grabbed this one. Josue has expressed the most interest. Have to make some bowls to match in the future. I'm only 6 months into brushes, but I would like to get into bowls at some point. Um, yeah, I mean, I started off thinking that like you need 3-inch brushes, and the more that I've made that are like this one is super comfortable in the hand, super comfortable. That's like maybe 2.6 inches, 2.7. Uh, this guy fits all hand types. Very chunky, very comfortable in the hand. That's 2.6. Like I'm finding the sweet spot for brushes to cover most guys is like 2.6, 2.75 ish. Um, but that's kind of what I usually shoot for, is somewhere in that range. 2.7 is average, right? Love that style. Jeez, we've been going for 160 minutes. Golly, at least this live, I'm productive. I'm not just sitting here yakking about shaving soap. Um, yeah, this one's pretty sick. This one's gonna be hard to let go. Uh, it's not. Oh, I swayed from the plan. That little dangler. That one, when she shines up, she's gonna be a stunner. And like I said, I shoot for it to be super comfortable. This is probably the shortest that I would want one. I'd probably like it to be about that long. So like 2 3/4. This is probably like 2.3. Let's see. Excuse me. This is just shy of 2.5. 2.5 inches. So there you go. And Sub Zero, where did Sub Zero end up? Sub Zero is actually shorter. That's almost at just shy of 2.4. I hey, I got cookies waiting for me, okay? Listen, y'all, the more that I be out here for long turning sessions, the more I understand Bobby Moffett and his little and his damn fat boys and little ice cream sandwiches that he be munching on. Uh that makes so much more sense. All right, let me cross sand this one, and then tomorrow I'm probably going to have a sanding derby. It's going to be a super fun little Sunday. Can't wait. Just wet sanding handle after handle. It's going to be sweet. Going to be sweet. Yeah, Eric knows me probably a little too well. That's all right. I got some dirt on him too. All right, let's try 400. I think that's pretty smooth. Yeah, 400 should be good. Ollie Works razor today, plate number 2. Has anybody in the live used a Rockwell pretty exclusively? I actually get that question a lot, and I've really never used a Rockwell 6S. Um, I will say for it being a medium aggressive plate, it is smooth, but more aggressive, more efficient than most razors. I like it, but it is definitely the way that Ollie slates their stuff is a little different than most companies. Like a Maxwell June EX is kind of like the mild plate on the Ollie. It's probably a little more efficient than the mild plate, but it's about the blade feel. Okay, Brett said it's closer to plate 3. Yeah, I really like the ferrule on this one though. That kind of rounded off look. I'm gonna have to redo this one again. Bosho. You know what? I might do one more. I might do that hematoma. And we'll just do a jar style. That shouldn't take too long. Y'all up for one more? Or have I been just dragging on? I don't know how this live is going for y'all. I'm just kind of working. Good for me, because y'all are helping me pass the time. Oh, see you, Jeremy. Thanks for joining, bro. If Rob is here, I'm here. That's the kind of attitude I love, Sweet Lou. Uh, Sweet Lou, I can't remember what shape you wanted on yours. Otherwise, I would turn yours live. And I don't want to screw yours up. The hematoma one, Steven? Yeah, I'm a little surprised that I poured this one. I'm not gonna lie, this one's sick. This one's a really cool pour. Jeremy, if you are interested in this one, I could let this one go to you, my friend. Is this a little better than watching me just freaking lather my stupid face for 45 minutes? I feel like this is a little different format for y'all, for sure. And honestly, that ferrule, that's the first time I've ever used that tool to shape the ferrule like that. So that was actually really cool. This one's got Voodoo Yeti vibes, or the hematoma? I'm gonna have to go to 320 for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 320 for this. I'm gonna have to cut some more Abranet too. Gosh, I'm really blessed that y'all are up at 12:30 at night watching me do this. Um, Awesome, John. I will try to remember to check it once I get off of this. Uh, if you do not hear back from me, my friend, ping me again. I get a lot of those freaking spam emails that kind of like stack on top of each other, not like in the spam inbox, but like, hey, your package is scheduled for delivery. Hey, would you like to sign up for this credit card? So it might get buried. So please don't get offended if I don't get back to you right away. Just give me a day or two and then just ping me if I don't get back to you. Um, And I have like my emails tied to my work too, so I'm just loaded on emails. That's right. Eric knows the pricing plan. Your first one is $60. Your next one after that is $60 a month for 12 months. Yeah, my only issue with doing a ferrule like this, and this is where I have to get better as a brush maker, is I get really tight into the crease here, and then it's like freaking impossible to get down there and finish. And if you have gotten a brush from me or spoken to me about my brushes, you know that my finish is one thing that I am very anal about, um, which is good for y'all. And I take a lot of pride in it. But boy, does my back hate how anal I am about my finish. Um, a lot of hours just sitting here doing this in freaking 80-degree heat. But that's not your problem. I'm the one that chose to live in Florida. That's like a good usury plan. That's right. Northern California. Okay. So you are, what time is it there? Like 9:30? John, are you, just out of curiosity, are you a subscriber of mine? Um, or did you just stumble upon this? Yeah, I have I 3D printed the little sanding blocks. I just had an issue during the print and I haven't gone back to reprint them. But I do have stuff that will get in there. But even then it's like getting all the way down right into the crest there. You still can't get in there with even with the little sanding blocks. All right, that's good. Let me fix up this ferrule and actually let me level off the inside of that because that came out rough for some reason. Ooh, that's awful wobbly. There we go. In my damn town, country boy all night long. Oh, I have no idea, Jeremy. I am so bad at naming stuff. Let me look at what are the colors on it. We're gonna go Twilight Propeller. That's what it's called, Twilight Propeller. And you are more than welcome to rename it. Or to actually Twilight. We'll go with Midnight Rover. That's what we're going with. Midnight Rover. Bing bang. All right, let's finish off the inside of that bad boy. All right, Eric. I'll see you, Big Papa. By the way, if you guys did not know, tomorrow is Eric's birthday. So make sure that you DM him a million times. Shoot him 8,000 texts. And let him know happy birthday. All right, let's get that mandrel hole drilled on in now. And the here comes the excuse me. That's it, Rob. Just make sure that you DM him tomorrow 5 times too. All right. You guys want one last look? She all clean. Midnight Rover. What's that song by gosh, it was on Guitar Hero. People call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. What the hell is that song called? Cause I'm right here, right here, right here, ready right now. You guys know it. Some people call me Maurice. Yes, Steve Miller Band, Gangster of Love. That's the Joker. Should we call that the Joker? Or we'll call that Midnight Toker. What y'all think? That song is speaking to me about this handle for some reason. Bing bang. There it is. That one's done. Midnight Toker. All right. That one's done. Should we do a quick jar style with hematoma? That's right, baby. That's the only way that we know how. All right, hematoma V1. We've got all the other V1s out the way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to get into those other texture blanks though. That last one got me all sorts of hot and bothered. I got to figure out, to Brett's point, I got to figure out how to be able to pour bigger blanks without air bubbles, though. That's like one of my biggest. I think I'm just gonna have to freaking move shit inside and get like I have a portable AC unit and just turn my front porch into my pouring chamber. My pouring chamber. All right, here we go. Oh, Jeremy, before you bounce, what did you think about that? Midnight Toker? Midnight Joker? Think on it. I know you're a rock guy. That's probably a little softer rock than what you like, but might not even be rock. All right, here we go. Honestly, I think I'm gonna make this one since I'm keeping the V1s. I think I'm gonna make this one a 30 millimeter for me. I just have to find my 30 millimeter Fosna. I've been loving my 30 millimeter synthetic knots. So if I make one for me, it's pretty much been a 30 millimeter. This will be the last one that I do, but we check the depth on that. It's 16. Yeah, we'll go to 20. Go to 20. Oof. Okay, we ended up at 23. Shit. So my 26 millimeter Forstner, I have like I know exactly what 20 millimeters on it by how it reads on the Forstner bit. And I never use my 30 or my 28s, so then I always overdrill on those. But that's all right. I'd rather need spacers than not have space. But hey, there goes some depth. Well, probably going that deep and deciding 30 millimeter later on, because I clipped the edge there, which bit off quite a big chunk. And then we got really narrow on that. So that one's going to be a no go. But let's see how the pour looks. And the pour looks like a hematoma. So that is pretty cool. That will probably be, I could probably make that into a little stubby for Josue. Um, but that's a pretty badass little pour, though. I'm definitely going to have to recreate that one. Um, Good thing I wrote that one down. So that's how turning goes, especially when you suck. Let me catch up on comments. I knew it was going too well. We did 3 that turned out pretty good. So we had to end on a screw up. Oh well. All right. Let's see. I believe you're already gone, Jeremy, but definitely message me about that. Yeah, it's still a really cool pour. I just wasn't paying attention to how narrow I was getting, and then I just clipped off like a chunk there. But you can see how transparent that is. If I go to flip that around, I mean, I could probably make it work, but I honestly, I'd probably rather just clip that off, start it, and then maybe make a little head shaver shape for Josue, like just a little nub, something like that. Um, or razor stand. That might be a razor stand. But either way, because I could still put weights in the coin hole. Um, yeah, no blowups. We had a little blowout on that one, but not bad. The shapes are still like for whatever reason, pouring comes easy to me or naturally for some reason. I have no idea why. The shapes I still just suck at. So I'm just trying to get better with the shapes. Yep, exactly. No name. Win some, lose some. I mean, honestly, I cracked it though, so we know what the pour looks like. So that was really kind of goal one. And I think I'm pretty happy with that Ronin pour. That one's pretty cool. That Sub Zero pour. Those are some that just kind of came to me, just kind of spur of the moment. Um, and I've kind of learned like if I get something, I either have to write it down or I got to go pour it, or like a thought about it too. Uh, but pretty cool though. I don't know if anybody was interested in this one. This was, geez, I don't know. How many do we turn tonight? 4, 3? I don't know, but whichever number that one was, that one is available. Um, Very cool little shape. Great little bowl lathering shape. Face. Um, you have a knot out here. You can see it with a knot. It's unfinished, but you kind of have an idea of what it would look like with a knot in it. Pretty cool. Give you a little bit more perspective on the size of the handles, I guess. That's a 26 millimeter avalanche knot. Where's Jeremy's? So what did he call this one? Midnight or psychedelic? So I don't know. I'm not really married to naming brushes. Um, I'd honestly, if y'all have one in mind and you come up with a name, I'll write the damn name on the card for you if you want. I'm not super. I might have to be like once I start listing these on my website, but Cocker Spaniel. Well, we're gonna name your brush that, Sweet Lou. Honestly, if I weren't live for almost 3 hours, and my feet weren't killing me, back starting to kill me a little bit, and I really would like to go inside and get a cookie. And I just realized that my phone is about to die. We're gonna have to go. Let me get my phone plugged in real quick, so at least I can post this. Dude, they're from a place called Brother Cookie here in Gainesville, and they're like massive, ooey gooey, crunchy. They're delicious, for sure. Uh, I'm plugged in. Anybody got any questions, comments? If you do, I don't really care. No, I'm just kidding. Cookies, baby. Got chocolate walnut in there. There's a magic bar cookie. There's a s'mores. There's a loaded oatmeal, which is like cranberries, butterscotch chips. The hell else is in it? There's chocolate chips, I think. There's some good stuff in there. So I'm gonna Bobby Moffat it, and I'm gonna make my way inside. Sweet Lou, this kind of went well. I'm still a little nervous about turning yours live. I'm not good enough for that yet. Um, as you saw tonight, these turned out well. Some of them did. I'm not completely happy with the way the bottoms turned out, but for my first live, they're not bad. Yeah, John, thanks for reminding me. I will. I'll try to check it right. Well, actually, I got to go put my phone on the charger, so I might not get back to you. Well, I'll see if I can pull up my laptop. Try to get back to you. All right. Well, boys, thank you for joining me, bearing with me. Sweet Lou, you want 28 millimeter? Sweet Lou wanted like a cherry apple, like candy apple red with like some metallics in it. I don't know if y'all can pick that up, but that one should be pretty cool. Um, all right, boys. If you guys enjoyed this, I will probably do more of them. I don't know if I'll push people through 3 hours of it, but it was fun. Help me pass the time. So some shop time. So on that note, thank you everybody for hanging out. And on that note, we will catch y'all later. Till the next time in the laboratory. Real laboratory. Real laboratory. No lather. We'll see y'all.